All right, we're here for day 2. This is the third one we're streaming though, so but it's still day 2. Oh wait, because we did day 0 like session. You
Yeah.
guys, look at this. I'm talking. Everybody else stone cold, not saying anything.
Yeah.
Great.
What's
This
what's
I was
new?
looking at the gingerbread.
I'm looking at the little choo-choo train thing. You told me to log in and watch.
I thought that was a nice opening for a positive, functional show and everything. Don't you? I mean, it was
Yes.
like
Very cute.
bright, cheery holiday and everything.
Yes. It's very festive.
And we managed to get the council here to talk today about our challenge for people out there in this trying time of strife and anguish, and I would say unexpected and unprecedented situations, but that's pretty obviously no longer a case with us in this world. Everything is open. And you
Hmm.
can see Dr. Jess has decided to wander away because I'm talking, I think, mostly. She
Or
doesn't want to
she's
listen.
thirsty and went to go get a glass of water, like she said. I'm going to defend her
That's
since
what
she's
you
not there.
think she said. That's what, everybody is assuming. Who knows what they're. Anyway, hi. If you're going to put in there that support our endeavors, you probably should put in the link to the Patreon page or the Substack because it's not in the message. It's not in the comments. So, what?
It's on the comments on my end.
Yeah, I see it.
I just see your chat. Well, anyway, whatever. Um, so, uh, today we're continuing on our challenge for the holiday of no news is good news, which is largely my uh, genius idea I came up with Sunday afternoon while doing dishes. That maybe my doom scrolling while washing uh, is part of the problem with my holiday stance nowadays. So we are going to do 25 days of just good news. And the only way to make sure that we only experience good news on those 25 days is to not watch any news at all, because anything in the news is obviously bad to begin with. So, that being said, yesterday we had a great discussion about the good news of dying and being dead, and anime movies that promote it in a cute way with cats. I think that was a pretty good news type topic because it was you missed it. Go watch it. Nighttime on the Galactic Railroad, and it's going to be one of our cult movies. I'm going to force everybody to watch because it's a good movie, and it is sad and it's incredibly slow, and it'll drive everybody crazy because it's one of those biggest slow burns, and I forced Richard to watch it and he doesn't remember it. That's how traumatized he was. So, but we're not going to watch Grave of the Fireflies because I just can't handle that one again. That one's just too sad. Did you know when they showed Grave of the Fireflies in Japan, when they released it in the theater, that which is a Miyazaki movie, they had to release My Neighbor Totoro at the same time? Actually, I don't think Grave of the Fireflies was Miyazaki, but it was Studio Ghibli, and they had to release them both at the same time as a double feature, with Grave of the Firefly first and then My Neighbor Totoro, and they both took place after World War II. But the first one was so depressing and sad and made everybody absolutely miserable that they had to show Totoro afterwards so that people, when they left the theater, didn't feel like jumping off a bridge.
Every time you
Okay.
tell that story, it really makes me want to watch it.
Grave of the Fireflies?
Yeah.
That was released a long time ago. Spoiler alert, both little kids die. Anyway, um, everybody should watch it once. Once. Dr. Bishop Sarah seems to be having a delightful conversation with other people at this time, but that's okay.
Other people are being rude at this time in the background.
Well, is he giving you good news? That's the question. Is he giving you good news?
No. He's running a peanut gallery. Forgot that we
Okay.
are live on YouTube right now.
So, so, in addition, in alignment with our good news, 25 days of good news, we are uh, making sure that people like me don't doom scroll and have a miserable holiday season. But what we're going to do is also enforce what we call a buddy system. Pope Richard, would you like to explain how the buddy system works in this 25-day challenge for any person who wants to join us in this challenge?
Sure. So the idea is that your buddy keeps an eye out for breaking news that might require your attention so that you don't miss something that's going to be super important. So if I start seeing streaks coming up from F.E. Warren Air Force Base, I'll let you know.
And I want to stipulate again that your buddy does not need to know that they are your buddy for this purpose. Because I'm sure there's somebody in the office that's going to bitch about something because that's just the standard way of dealing with life right now in this dumpster fire. So just look at them when they go in and they complain about something. Hey, it's okay for you to complain about that because you're my buddy. Spread the joy.
There you go.
Really? Do you feel that upset about what's happening with the royal family right now? That's okay. Because you're my buddy and you just helped me out. What was it? What was it? The news I got today from my buddy. Princess Beatrice and Eugene's plan to ditch their parents for Christmas. Trump denies saying something he said on camera 5 days ago. With the following editorial from my buddy of, yeah, no shit, you're lucky it was 5 days ago. That man has lied about the sentence he said prior to the lie. So, topic for today, I said, Richard, you need to come up with some good news for us to talk about.
Oh,
And,
hey, I've got something.
okay, because is it made up? Because we did say that you can make up good news, because
So
that's the state of reality.
it's not made up, but I don't really know any details.
Oh, okay. That's
So
good. That's good. Obfuscate.
for for background, back in February and then again in September, and then again more recently, we published essays about how they're ruining homelessness. So we saw stuff coming back in February, and it was very recently confirmed with the latest release of the Notice of Funding Opportunities for the Continuum of Care program, which mostly does permanent housing funding for people experiencing homelessness so that they can get off the streets. And they put up a bunch of requirements that were like 180 degrees different from what HUD had been doing for the last 10, 15 years. And everybody was upset about that. Everybody that relies on any federal money, because the rules really were dumb. Not to put too fine a point on it. Moving away from stuff that we know for sure works towards stuff that we know for sure is less than ideal and often has worse outcomes, etc. Some people were upset enough that they actually sued the government to try to stop them. So here's where the news comes in from my buddies in the homeless services biz. Yesterday, just hours before the first hearing was supposed to start on this lawsuit, HUD decided to withdraw their notice of funding availability. And I've got the text here. The department has withdrawn a notice of funding opportunity with respect to the Continuum of Care grant program. This withdrawal will allow the department to make appropriate revisions to the NOFO, and the department intends to do so. The lawsuit was that they shouldn't have been doing a new notice at all because last year they did a 2-year funding cycle. And so I'm taking this as good news because they put out this stupid rule change and now they're taking it back. And I'm just going to assume that they're not going to reissue anything in response to the lawsuit to make it look like they're not complete doofuses.
That is good news.
Or could it just mean that they're not going to fund anything?
That was my comment last night when he had the same news article that he gave me. I
Hmm.
was going to say that's sort of lazy because you're using the same one from last night. But...
I didn't listen.
No, not you. Well, okay, so it's new to you, right? So it's new news to you. There we go. I'm going to sit over here in the past, okay?
If they don't do a new notice, then the existing notice controls the 2-year one. I mean, which may not stop them, but from trying, but it is still something that's in place. And for them to suddenly not would, especially since there's a new court case like started now, certainly not bode well for them. The judge is going to have a problem with that. But like I said, we can make stuff up. So I'm going to make stuff up that says, yeah, it's good.
You're not making stuff up. Okay, so that's not fake news that you're making up. You're just making up the fact that you're thinking positively, which is probably worse than good news. Or it's probably worse, thinking positively about a situation that's real is probably in today's society worse than if you just made up some sort of claptrap. And,
Well, be that as it may. If you really want good news, I got to spend a day sitting behind a desk doing nothing for about $160.
That's good news.
Yeah.
I do that oh, wait, no. Anyway.
I was working as a sub for a secretary in a place that doesn't really even have much. I didn't answer the phone all day. Just kids came into the school that needed passes. And mostly I just sat there writing RPG stuff.
That's because you live in the middle of the wastelands and boondocks. And so unless a bear is going to attack your school...
No, this is the Spearfish.
Oh, it was in Spearfish, not Wyoming? Oh, okay. So when you have subbed in Wyoming, though, a big question is, do they have guns in the school so you can use them in case a bear does?
Nope. Never told me about any guns hidden in the school, anti-bear guns.
That was Trump first term
Are
Secretary
there
of
a lot
Education.
of bear attacks in schools up there? Because
well, no, I mean,
it wasn't even
that's news.
It was in Trump's first term when his first nominee for Secretary of Education was up to be approved. The question came up about gun control laws in schools and guns availability in schools, and she made the point that guns should be in schools, especially in areas like Wyoming, because of bear attacks.
So bear attacks outside of the national parks are pretty rare.
My point is that Secretary of Education, it was way better than the one we have now. Even with that comment.
Yeah. That Secretary of Education has never seen a bear in her life, so.
But our current one?
No, the old one. The previous one.
Well, the current one probably has only seen one that RFK hit with a car and put in the Central Park next to a bicycle. That's a great story. You guys heard that one, right?
Yes.
Where he picked up the dead bear on the side of the road and then thought it was
put a broken bicycle next to it.
Put a broken bicycle next to it in Central Park.
Yeah.
And made it look like
that's totally plausible.
Well, no, I thought it was fine. I'd do the same thing. So maybe I should be Secretary of Health, because I obviously have the same qualifications in terms of sense of humor.
I hear there's an opening at Doge.
Hey, you know something?
Mhm.
Good news. Let's look at good news from the past because there's no good news presently. In guess what? In 1979, the good news on the 9th of December was that smallpox was officially declared eradicated.
Oh,
Hey, vaccines.
yep.
That's good news.
That is good news.
In 1979, which means how long was it eradicated for? Let's do some math. It's pretty much back
So
now.
that would be
So
46 years.
well, thank you
So
for
it
being the
was
math.
eradicated for 46 years before it came back.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, you know, you don't want to keep them out in the thing.
Smallpox isn't coming back.
Measles.
Give it time,
Measles is
Richard.
coming back, but it was never
Give it
eradicated.
time, Richard. Measles is just
I'm
clearing the
I'm
way
doubly
for
inoculated.
smallpox. It's just
I
clearing the
was
way for
inoculated against
smallpox.
smallpox.
How many
Sorry.
how many bugs are going around right now in the States? Let's count them. There's 3 stomach
All our
bugs
bugs are
that I've heard
frozen.
of. There's 3 stomach bugs. We heard about a respiratory bug going around at the casinos today here in Tucson. And then there's another round of COVID, I think, going around too. So currently, the holiday season has you have the potential to contract one of 5 or maybe 2 or 3 at the exact same time and everything. Yay! That's good news. You can have a variety of gifts from the microcosm. Uh, 1965, Charlie Brown's Christmas premiered on this day.
I heard that. I heard that on NPR today.
Well, why didn't you bring it up instead of talking about your damn homeless thing that you
Oh,
mentioned last night?
hey, I forgot I talked about it last night. I just thought I talked about it with you. I didn't think I did it on the real because we'd spent so much time talking about your movie. I didn't think I'd get a chance
Oh,
to
that
do
was
that
that was death
on
in
the
general we were talking about, not just the movie. But I mean, it's death.
Yeah, but I thought it was just you and me talking about that. I didn't think it made it into the actual video.
Now I got to go back and watch it. Nah, I'm not going to do that. I'll just guess. Okay, you're right, Richard. We'll just leave it at
In
that.
any case, it's now definitely covered.
Let's see.
Oh, here's some good news. NPR was still available for me to listen to today.
Now we know that's been good news for a while because not all MP. Well, wait, no, that's good news for you because you're in Wyoming, where
Yeah, he's a
yeah, nobody funds NPR in Wyoming. Maybe nobody realized they should shut down.
Well, and they were playing the actual NPR. So we know the National Public Radio does get funding outside of Corporation for Public Broadcasting, but the local stations rely pretty heavily on
on
federal
listeners
money.
like you.
Well,
Um,
more than likely, they just have a transmitter that relays that broadcast. They just flip the switch and let it sit in the field.
Actually, it was South Dakota Public Radio, come to think about
Oh,
it, because I
okay.
was
So
driving over to South Dakota.
Wyoming still did get rid of theirs and everything.
Wyoming was still live yesterday when I was cruising through radio stations.
Okay. Well, let's see. Other good news. In 2012, the UN extended protection to global forests.
Global Morris, what?
No, forests, like with
Oh,
trees
forests.
and bears that you need to have a gun to protect yourself from.
Didn't that get undone this year?
There's no forests in Wyoming, though, so those bears can't hide in there because that's just
Oh,
flat.
you know better than that.
Well, in your neck of the woods. Woods.
I'm surrounded by national forest, as a matter of fact. I got national forest about 2 stones throw that way.
Give it 2 years. It's all going to be owned by a AI company, and they're going to turn it into a data center.
The hills are pretty hard to build on.
Alice gave me a too long didn't read for her stream. Says if Pope Richard asks, here's a quick line. I could say today in history, humans cured diseases, elected working class heroes, saved forests, invented life changing medical tech, and premiered Charlie Brown.
Yay.
My high point that I thought of was, oh yeah, they voted somebody in Poland in 1990 who dared to stand up to an authoritarian regime. It was Poland's first freely elected president in 1990. Hello Dolly broke the record on Broadway, longest running Broadway musical. But here's the high point for today. In 1987, the first Palestinian Intifada, INTIFAADA, I'm going to mangle that and everything, took place.
What is that?
Oh, that's the Palestinian uprising. It's the first Palestinian uprising in 1987.
Okay.
It was good news because eventually peace documents emerged. So on this date, the conditions were set in motion that eventually led to the Madrid Conference and the Oslo peace process. Now, granted, applied to today, that's still not good news because it led to this whole frickin' mess that we have now. But back then, at some point after
back then we had a
day-
glimpse of peace in the Middle East, maybe.
well, not on December 9th, because that was a big fight, because it was the big
Yeah.
uprising. But it led to good news, which then led to bad news, which then led to this dumpster fire. So
So how about some
look,
other good news?
I can't think
Good
of
news
any.
that lasted until now.
Well, I thought he solved that whole thing. Dr. Jess is fairly quiet. She's just
I am.
She's
I'm
just-
looking at. I'm looking at good news to add to it, and
you're
all
my
of
buddy?
it's really not. It's things like Avatar made its world premiere in
That's not good
2009,
news.
right? Like
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. You're talking about are you talking about the cartoon Avatar? Or are you talking about the
No,
blue?
the
Are
blue
you talking
people.
about the what was
There's
it?
a-
Dances
people.
with Wolves painted blue?
Yep.
I don't
But
know how
the
they made sequels
Last
to that.
Airbender is good. Last Airbender is
Not
good.
that movie wasn't. That movie was horrible.
No,
Last
but the
Airbender?
cartoon show.
Oh yeah, the cartoon show was great, but the movie was horrible. And it's like,
And okay, I found one in 1898. The Treaty of Paris ended the Spanish-American War.
There we go.
There we go. I found one.
yeah. Well,
And
it's
in
Spain.
1869, Wyoming finally granted women the right to vote.
And our
Yeah,
Wyoming person
before
is on
everybody
the phone,
else.
so
I know.
Before
But he
everybody
can't-
else.
But that's okay. He's a guy, so he really wouldn't care. Probably doesn't matter. That's punching across. That's not punching down. So that worked
Are you
out
sure?
okay.
Well, he's talking on the phone, so
Yeah, it's still like my comment was still punching across.
Yeah.
Anyway, so anything else you guys can think of? All right, we're trying to keep these things short because nobody wants to.
because that's
listen
good
to
news
us
for
talk.
everybody.
It's good news that I'm stopping talking. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
That's the same thing they say at work. I'm not sure it's really a. I don't know how to take that. Anyway, this was the second half of our council meeting for this week because why not? Hopefully we'll be doing another live stream with the whole council for a little bit longer and talking about something serious or not serious or something that's at least interesting. I'll be back again tomorrow with whoever wants to show up for our third day of No News is Good
No,
News.
today was the third day, wasn't
No,
it?
today's second day. It's Tuesday.
Oh, man.
So the
Sunday
first day
was-
was just introducing what's coming up.
Yeah, that
Coming
was
attract-
day zero. That was day
okay.
zero.
My bad.
Okay.
Well, largely because I didn't know if it was a good enough idea to do for longer than one day, so I had to get on with Richard and talk about whether it was a good an idea enough to do for more than one day. And I don't know.
You're
He
really good
wasn't-
at this cult leader thing.
He wasn't listening to me, so I just took that as a yes. And, just like today when you guys said, I'm not going to get on and stream, that's stupid. and I said, well, I'm turning the button on right now, so maybe you better get ready for it. See, that's what a leader does.
Is my
He takes
contractual
charge.
obligation done? Can I go now? I mean,
We're here.
wrapping up, right?
It's a cult. You don't have contractual obligations. You owe
The bishop showed up.
the rest
We're
of your
just be
life.
happy.
You know, that's just, you know. If I
Yeah.
was
Are we
good
going?
at being a
Are we
cult,
done?
I'd have you have a contract to tell you that much. Yes, we're done for the day. Everybody, we'll see you. Well, I'll see you tomorrow because I'm the sucker that volunteered for this stupid idea. Who came up with this idea in the first place? 25 days of no news is good news. Don't doom scroll. And if you have to doom scroll, don't anyway, but get a buddy to doom scroll for you. Because let them suffer and you enjoy the holidays. Get your kids to do the doom scrolling for you. Tell them that if they don't, you're not going to buy them presents. This is Michael Anderson Henderson Dorland.
And Step Up Richard.
Bishop Sarah.
My kid in the background. That's not your name. What the hell? Anyway. And who are you in the upper corner with the gorgeous
I
red
said
hair?
in Dr. Jess. Are we done yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're done. All right, everybody. Thanks. Bye.